God does not play dice with the universe. It's probably the most famous thing Einstein ever said, and almost everyone gets it wrong. People hear it as a line about religion, like Einstein was defending some old man in the clouds. He wasn't. He was defending a picture of the universe, a universe where nothing is left to chance, where every single thing that happens, down to the last particle, was fixed in advance by what came before. No accidents, no luck, no dice. To Einstein, that wasn't a comforting bedtime story. It was the whole reason science works. If reality is lawful all the way down, you can understand it. If it's random, you're just guessing. So when a new physics came along and said the bottom of reality runs on pure chance, Einstein dug in his heels for the rest of his life. But here's the part that gets left out. The universe he was defending wasn't really his. He'd borrowed it from a quiet philosopher who died 2 centuries before Einstein was born, and the greatest physics of the 20th century came straight for it. So the question underneath the famous quote is this: was Einstein right, or did we discover that God plays dice after all? The man who first drew that universe ground glass lenses for a living in Amsterdam in the 1600s, his name was Spinoza, and his core idea was radical and simple and a little terrifying. There is only one thing that truly exists, one infinite nature, and everything, you, me, the stars, is a part of it. He gave it 2 names and used them as if they meant the same thing: God or nature. And in this nature, nothing is free-floating. Everything that happens follows necessarily from what came before, the way a conclusion follows from a proof. Rewind the universe and play it again, and it unfolds exactly the same way every time. Nothing could have gone differently. That's a hard thought. But it comes with a strange gift. If everything follows from the nature of reality, then everything, in principle, can be understood. Nothing is arbitrary. This is the universe Einstein fell in love with. He said outright that he believed in Spinoza's God. I have a whole video on what that actually meant. A cosmos with no dice in it anywhere. Lawful and knowable and whole. And then physics found something at the bottom of it that looked a lot like a dice table. In the 1920s, a handful of physicists went looking at the smallest scale of reality, and what they found broke everyone's intuitions, including their own. The people building the theory were not happy about it. They kept rechecking the math, waiting for the randomness to turn out to be some mistake they'd fix by morning. It never was. Down at the level of particles, you cannot predict what a single one will do. You can only predict the odds. Take one electron, set up the exact same measurement, run it 1,000 times, and you get different results, with no way, even in principle, to say which you'll get next. Only the probabilities. On the standard reading of quantum mechanics, this isn't a gap in our knowledge. It's not that we're missing some hidden detail. It's that reality itself hasn't decided yet. The outcome isn't fixed until it happens. Think about what that means for Spinoza. If even one event in the universe is genuinely undetermined, then it is not true that everything follows necessarily from what came before. The chain of total causes has a gap in it, a place where the universe rolls a die. And if that's real, then Spinoza's whole picture is just wrong, and Einstein spent his last decades defending a corpse. That's the standard story. Quantum physics killed determinism. It's in 100 documentaries. There's just one problem with it. It isn't settled. Here's what almost nobody tells you. Physics has not decided whether reality is random. What it has is a piece of math that works beautifully and a fight, still going on, about what that math means. Because the equations don't come with an interpretation attached. Einstein hated this so much that he spent the better part of 20 years arguing about it with a physicist named Niels Bohr. They went back and forth for decades, trading thought experiments across conference tables, each one trying to trap the other. Einstein kept insisting the theory had to be incomplete, that some deeper layer was hiding underneath. Bohr kept answering that reality was simply stranger than Einstein wanted it to be. The mainstream reading, the one from Copenhagen, says the randomness is real and fundamental, but it's not the only reading that fits the experiments. There's another, worked out by David Bohm, where the particles have definite positions all along, guided by a deeper layer we don't see. It's fully deterministic, no dice at all. There's a third, the many worlds view, where nothing is random either. Every possible outcome actually happens, each in its own branch of reality, also fully deterministic. And this is the strange part. So far, these interpretations all predict the exact same experimental results. You cannot run a test that tells them apart. Now, physics did close one door. In 2022, 3 physicists won the Nobel Prize for experiments proving that reality can't be both local and predetermined in the simple way Einstein hoped. That killed his particular dream. But notice what it didn't do. It didn't prove the universe is random, it forced a choice, and determinism is still one of the choices on the table. Spinoza's universe is bruised. It is not buried. So the deterministic universe might still be standing. But let's say it isn't. Let's hand the win to Copenhagen and say reality really does roll dice at the bottom. And this is the twist that catches almost everyone. People get excited about quantum randomness because they think it quietly smuggles free will back in. As if the tiny cracks of chance in physics are where your freedom lives. Slow down and look at that. Suppose your decision to read this right now bubbled up from a genuinely random quantum event in a neuron. Was that decision yours? A random event isn't chosen. It just happens for no reason at all. That's what random means. If determinism says your choices were fixed by causes stretching back before you were born, randomness only offers you this instead. Your choices came from a coin flip you didn't control. Trade a chain you didn't choose for a dice roll you didn't choose. Neither one makes you the author. Neither one puts a self outside the system, pulling the strings. And that's the quiet, powerful thing Spinoza saw 300 years before the coin flip was on the table. Whether the universe is fixed or freewheeling, you were never standing outside it in the first place. And notice one last thing, because it clears up the biggest confusion here. Random does not mean uncaused. Even in the wildest version of quantum mechanics, a particle's situation is set up by everything around it. The randomness is only in which outcome pops out, not in whether there's a whole physical world producing it. Ask why a tree fell. The weak roots, the soaked soil, the wind, all of it made the fall nearly certain. Maybe some microscopic flicker nudged the exact second it came down. You still understand, completely, why that tree fell. The randomness didn't erase the causes. It just blurred the timing at the very edge, and there's one more mercy in the physics. The brain is warm and wet and loud with activity, and that kind of environment washes out delicate quantum effects almost instantly. So even if pure chance hides down in the atoms, it almost never reaches up to move your hand. Your actual choices are still shaped, overwhelmingly, by the ordinary things. Your history, your fears, what you ate that day, the mood you woke up in, the people who made you into the person doing the choosing. Which means the practical heart of all this survives, no matter how the physics finally lands. So picture Einstein again, old and stubborn, refusing the dice. And picture Spinoza, long before him, refusing them too. Were they right? We honestly don't know yet. The universe might be a perfect unbroken chain, or it might have a shimmer of real chance woven through it, but that was never the question that could actually change your life. Because whether the die is loaded or perfectly fair, you were never the hand throwing it from outside. There is no outside. You are a part of this, all the way down. And Spinoza's real point was never that everything is fixed, so give up and go numb. It was the opposite. He thought the search for that outside self, the little god behind your eyes yanking the levers, was the very thing keeping you anxious and at war with your own life. You spend so much energy defending a driver who was never in the seat. Drop the search, and something loosens. Stop looking for a self that stands over the universe, steering it, and you can finally start to understand the one you actually are, the one woven all the way into it. Stoicism tells you to accept the things you can't control. Spinoza tells you why. You were never at the controls to begin with, and somehow once you really see it, that lands lighter than the illusion ever did.